Attorney General Russell Coleman wants to start executions back up for death row inmates in Kentucky. He also wants more clarification on a temporary injunction passed in 2010 that halted executions. WKYT's Amelia Lee has the details from the motion hearing in Frankfort, where the fate of one death row inmate hangs in the balance.
Ralph Bays, who was sentenced to death over 30 years ago for 2 murders of a sheriff and a deputy in Powell County, is now back at the center of the death penalty discussion. In 2010, there was a temporary injunction preventing the execution of another death row inmate. A judge has kept that injunction in place, putting a pause on next steps for those on death row. There's not been an execution in the Commonwealth since 2008. The judge called into question insanity regulations.
A narrow portion of the regulation, which I held was enacted, dealt with intellectual disability and insanity.
In a motion to clarify the injunction, Attorney General Russell Coleman says, quote, "Justice delayed is justice denied." He says he wants the court to issue an order clarifying that the temporary injunction does not stop the governor from issuing a death warrant for Bays.
The Commonwealth, however, agrees with this court's finding in its April 21st order that the injunction was, quote, "issued in regard to a specific factual situation pertaining to plaintiff Gregory Wilson."
The Commonwealth's Jack Hayburn spoke during the session. He says the governor not signing the death warrant for Bays is creating a bottleneck situation.
So I think clarification will have a concrete impact on the parties regardless.
Previously, Governor Andy Beshear said he withheld issuing the death warrant due to the injunction and a lack of execution drugs in Kentucky.
If I weighed into this dispute between you and the governor, it's hard for me to see how anything really changes.
The court did not make an order on Monday. The judge says the situation surrounding Bays and his death warrant seems to be between the Attorney General and the governor. In Frankfort, Amelia Lee, WKYT.
Hayburn thinks it makes sense to schedule Bays' execution date later on to give more time to get the execution drugs. One of the victim's family members also made an appearance on Zoom.